That sounds very what we should all do, to be honest. Every time you move in, sage that apartment. Nate, do you want the speaking orb first, or shall I have it? I have a story from Sean David. Is a ghost story for us for this Boocember. So I'd like to go last.
I'll take this one. This is I'm trying to do all Christmas themed titles.
Ooh.
So
you are better than us.
I'm not going to go through all 12 nights, but so this one's 5 crazy ghosts, 4 swollen ghouls, 3 dead hands, 2 squirtle gloves, and a partridge in a scare tree.
Good segment, Nate.
Okay.
These are spirits in haunted asylums. And
cool, man. Cool.
I have a whole bunch of them in front of me, and I think we've probably maybe mentioned a couple of them, so pardon any overlap. But I don't think we've ever talked about the what is it? The Allegheny, West Virginia hauntings.
We have not. Allegheny State Medical Prison or something?
Yeah.
The home of the alligators. That's their football team.
Yeah.
This is from an article called "I Spent the Night in a Haunted Asylum and I Still Can't Explain What I Saw."
And all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
And all I got were these crippling nightmares and eyes bleeding.
Go Gators.
I rolled into Weston, West Virginia as the sun began to sink, making the lush Appalachian hills appear to glow. A century and a half ago, the area's beauty appealed to social reformers convinced of the healing powers of fresh air and rural landscapes. But even against the bucolic backdrop, the Gothic-style mental hospital they built here looks like a figment of Stephen King's imagination come to life. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum...
I like how Stephen King is just like getting this crazy bad rap out there for having I mean, he does have a weird imagination. He writes the books he does, but I'm sure he has nice thoughts too.
Yeah, I mean, he also wrote Maximum Overdrive and then directed it. His imagination's not that weird.
Okay, fair enough.
And he doesn't remember doing any of that.
Really?
Yeah. No, he does not remember writing it. He doesn't remember directing it. Everyone on set was like, yeah, he was just in a crazy cocaine bliss.
Hey, listen, same with me and National Treasure 2.
That written and directed by Jordan Dahl.
Mm-hmm.
The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, now widely considered one of the most haunted destinations in America, operated from 1864 to 1994.
Bring forth the hauntometer.
Although it was designed for 250 patients, about 2,400 were crammed in, which is insane.
Brutal.
Which gave me pause when I arrived for my overnight ghost hunt. Was I exploiting their suffering, or was I validating it? After all, it seems few cared about their pain while they were alive. Just in case, I said a silent apology to any ghosts offended by my presence.
It's always a good move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so,
like that's decent paranormal preparedness. Like definitely, if you're doing this, treat everything with very much respect. Like we joke a lot, but if you do it, please treat it all with respect.
Yeah, if you're going out there, you can crack jokes. Just make sure the ghosts are in on them.
Yep. Laugh with a ghost, not at a ghost.
Laugh with a ghost, exactly.
Yeah, always punch up into the etheric nature, never down.
Punch the sky, you might say.
Punch the sky,
could
say. Nicely done, gentlemen.
I think that was 3 months of practice.
That was very good. Quick, wrap it up. We're never going to top that.
I expected to be joined by hardcore paranormal investigators weighed down with camera gear and digital recorders. And there were some, but there was also a preppy older couple, a mom chaperoning twin girls, and a grandma from Indiana named Julia and her skeptical son-in-law.
Preppy, huh?
Why were they together? What relationship is that?
Well, it's a ghost hunt that you can pay to do.
We need to be using Preppy more.
We should.
Especially in paranormal stories. Anything
Fuck yeah.
I make the promise as the person who writes the news for the paranormal news on Werewolf Radar, I'm going to use Preppy in every fucking brief from now on.
Well, dude, now that Saved by the Bell is coming back, we can use Preppy all the time.
It's done. Get ready for the next story tomorrow, everyone.
That's true. It is back, right?
I mean, it never left if you're
Sure.
a true fan.
Sure.
Yeah, if you're a real bellhead.
Yeah, if you're a
Real
real
bell.
bellhead, you've been acting this out in a cosplay Instagram channel, which I just learned about yesterday. So go on, Nate.
We broke into smaller groups, spending 2 hours on each of the asylum's 4 floors before rotating. Our guide told us about some of the hospital's better-known spirits, including a little girl named Lily who was born in the asylum, which I don't know what led to that, but it is
Don't
not
ask
good.
on that one, but it happens. You know, we're not that type of podcast.
A man named Jesse who died of a heart attack in a bathtub, Civil War soldiers, and a patient who was brutally murdered by his roommates. On each floor, she gave us the lay of the land before turning us loose to explore.
Like with the chain you're on, and then when she's done talking, you can just go wild.
It just unhooks it from the collar that you're supposed to
Yeah,
wear.
you have to wear a collar.
The hospital's so vast that it was easy to end up alone despite the dozens of other people wandering around. It was also easy to feel lost amid the maze of hallways and patient rooms covered in peeling paint. Julia and I set up in a room allegedly haunted by a spirit named Jim James.
Quick question: how much fucking do you think's going on in this ghost tour?
So much fucking.
I mean, the preppy couple is there just to have a threesome with a ghost.
Nice.
We like to watch.
Hot.
We placed a mag light on the floor and asked Jim to turn it on. The light was Julia's, but I
Yeah.
inspected it and it seemed totally
Put
ordinary.
it on the floor. Sorry. Oh, oops. I've dropped my mag light, Jim. We see what you're doing. It's the old honeypot. Not enough people are trying the honeypot approach to ghost hunting.
I'm trying to find a wet spot joke that involves a Slimer.
Nope, it's okay. You did it.
Some things don't need to be unearthed.
That's one of those things where it's like, here's all the pieces of this joke. You can put it together whenever.
A few beats passed. Then it came on by itself.
Oh, whoa.
I offered Jim a cigarette to turn it back off. It went dark. I don't smoke, but our guide gave me a couple of cigarettes because she said some of the spirits liked them.
Whoa, what? What does the ghost even do with a cigarette? Maybe it's like a
They
night.
smoke it.
Yeah, maybe it's like a mind over matter thing.
I've been playing that murdered soul suspect when I'm not in cyberpunk land,
Ooh.
and he has a fucking ghost cigarette. I don't know
Nice.
where it comes from or
He's also
anything, but
he's
that's
also got
canon.
a ghost. He's also got a ghost hat.
Yeah, right? Like, do you die with the immediate items? No. Do the immediate items on you die as well?
I think your visual interpretation of yourself comes with you. If
Okay.
you're the type of person who always has a smoke in their pocket.
So, like me and you would always have a dab rig.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my dab rig. I'm gonna play some Ghost Destiny. I'm gonna forget my ghost girlfriend's birthday. Be like, oh no, sorry,
I believe that
Marilyn Monroe.
What?
Right?
I think you can only take cigarettes into the afterlife if they're unfiltered.
Original Lucky Strikes only. Read the Afterlife Charter.
It's their currency. It's like prison.
We tried the flashlight trick again and again in a room where Lily supposedly plays in a pitch black corridor once reserved for violent women in a lobotomy recovery area without luck.
Violent women.
Even so, yeah, in a
Lobotomy area recovery.
area.
Yeah, they just kind of blasted past that one. Oh, this room?
They call
This
them.
room? Oh, this is where this was the ghost generation shed. It's probably not haunted.
What's its purpose? Just generation of ghosts, but I think it's fine.
Generating ghosts.
I think you can sleep there without nightmares. Have fun.
Even so, exploring the crumbling building and learning its history were plenty thrilling, ghosts or no ghosts, even though she has clearly experienced a ghost that turned on and off a flashlight.
Yeah, like on command. It's fine. She's
Uh,
staying skeptical.
By 4:30 a.m., I was ready to go. As I drove away, I thought about whether I actually believe. I've always been fascinated by ghosts, but am I convinced they exist? Honestly, no.
Let me
Maybe-
ask you this. Do you believe in a god and celebrate Christmas? Then why the fuck not? You know, like just have fun. I'm sorry, I was really judgmental of her for no reason there.
No,
Hey,
no,
listen, man.
I think that's the Werewolf Radar motto. You
gotta live your truth.
Why the fuck not? Have fun.
Why the fuck not?
Why the
Have
fuck
fun.
not can't Bigfoot exist? Jesus Christ, have fun.
Jesus, come on, Jesus.
Have fun, buddy.
Jesus, talk to Bigfoot.
Maybe Jim James did turn on that flashlight, or maybe there's some mechanical explanation. I just don't know. And what's more exciting than the unknowable?
She's not
I mean-
wrong. It's also scary, and that's what makes it fun.
Did they switch out the flashlights? Did they try it with a different flashlight?
No, they used the same flashlight in numerous rooms.
That's
and
for
it only
sure.
happened in the one room that,
Yeah, that's
that
very
Jim
weird.
James is supposedly in.
I mean,
I don't know.
when you're new, you don't think to bring of like a control flashlight and then like another flashlight. You know, like it's a beginner step, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for sure, if you go ghost hunting, you need to bring multiple items to retest the experiment, or else it's not kind of valid.
Backup flashlight.
Yep.
Well,
I had some food delivered. So
We were watching
you're-
you eat. It was beautiful. I was trying to talk through it.
If you're in the if you're in
If
the
you're a
Patreon,
patron, yeah, and you get the Zoom
can-
room, you can watch us eat every Sunday as
you
we
can see how the
record.
sausage is eaten. You can watch me try to silently eat DoorDash burrito. I love spending $30 on a room
Dude.
temperature burrito at best.
I fucking spent $43 on macaroni and cheese last night, and I regret that immensely.
It's a kick in the rocks, man. But sometimes you need it. You know, sometimes you need it.
Yeah.
It's time. It's sometimes it's mac and cheese time, you know?
I mean, I think we're getting close to the hour. So there are many other asylum ghosts.
Sure, we
the
can go
Waver-
into it in a later episode.
Yeah, I think we've talked about the Waverly Hills Sanatorium before. Maybe in passing.
A refresher would be great. We'll do it another time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would go back to
We
Waverly
shall-
Hills, even though I said I would never would.
we shall revisit the asylum.
Return to Waverly Hills. Sorry. I get it.
All
People
right.
died there. I'm sorry.
I mean, we're the right podcast to at least have fun with it, you know?
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah,
And we're going to have a lot of fun with a Pingos ghost story now.
Yes, we are.
So I put out a blast, and you can still do it.
Hell
Hit us
yeah.
up on werewolfradar.com if you got a ghost story. We got to contact the radar
Dude.
section.
Also, teaser. I got a killer shadow people story from ya boy Tobias Livingston.
Nice.
Dude, so many shadow people.
Hell
Yep,
yeah.
that's Nate's theory that they're increasing population, if you
They're
will.
out there. They're look, hey, they're part of the ecosystem. Freakosystem.
Okay, so this is from Pingo.
Wait.
Okay.
Shriekosystem.
Oh, get out of here. That's silly. That's
Come on.
silly.
It was worth pulling the emergency brake on the podcast.
So this comes from Pingo Sean David. Thanks for listening all this time. Love you, buddy. And his tale is
Sean
called
David, SD. What up, dog?
The Haunted House of Cornell. It
Hell yeah.
goes as follows. In 1996, I moved into a house on Cornell Street in Denver with an old friend and his girlfriend. We were just a stone's throw away from Colorado Boulevard, which I assume is 300 feet.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you've got a good arm.
Got a
if
good
you got a
arm?
good arm, stone throws 300 feet.
Which he does. We know he's stand-up comic, Sean David, holding that mic.
He's bested John Elway in an armed throw.
Yeah, where they had to throw arms.
Yeah. Go look it up. Type in John Elway, Sean David arm contest.
This is the guy who won.
So close were we once able to get a good look from our window of a body of an elderly woman struck and killed while crossing Colorado.
Oh no.
John, that's not the part we asked for.
Hey, listen. He's weaving a tapestry.
Okay, he's weaving a tap.
Yep.
I was trying to make Jordan spit his food.
It worked.
I know. I watched it happen.
Mm-hmm.
When we moved in, nothing was out of the ordinary, but the landlord had made a comment to us about weird things happening in the house occasionally before we moved in. So nothing's out of the ordinary now.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, you'll have 666 scrawled across your mirror.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the place. Good luck.
First and last month's deposit, please.
What? Did you say good luck? I mean good night. And good luck.
Okay. The first thing we noticed was a light that would go on in the crawl space beneath the house.
Don't like that.
Nope. We would notice it when we were in our backyard with our dog, Zero.
Mm-hmm.
It was little, but it was convinced. Nope. It was little, but it was a total inconvenience because the only way into the crawl space was through the floor of a small closet in the room of the back of the house.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The room was small, so we only used it for storage of our snowboarding gear. The closet was also used for storage, so to get to the crawl space, you had to pull everything out. It was tedious, he says.
Sure. A whole thing. It was a whole schlep.
It was a whole thing. My dog slept in my
ghost gonna rip a sick McTwist at some point.
And what should come McTwisting out of the crawl space?
Was Tony Hawk learning to snowboard.
Mm-hmm. The Hawkman of Christmas Past.
I forgot who Shaun White was.
The fiery
tomato or
snowboarder.
You probably could have gone Tershi Hawkinson.
Listen, I'm behind on my snowboarders.
All right, you knuckleheads.
Our dog slept in our friend's room with them. At night, there were sometimes awoke. Blah, blah, blah. At night, they were sometimes awoken by the dog staring and growling at a spot on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
The bathroom we shared had two doors, one connected to the hallway, the other connected to my room. One of my roommates was the first concerned when there were instances she was in the bathroom and would hear people talking in my room.
Whoa, what?
She assumed.
Those
and by the way, Sean was all like, I don't know if this is scary. I was like, yeah, man, it's pretty scary.
This is terrifying, dog.
Yeah.
I'd hate to hear the scary one. So you guys ever wondered why I can take my head completely off?
It's because I once killed my son.
And then God was angry. Mm-hmm. She assumed, the roommate, that it was me, but would then find out I wasn't home. Over time, she came to accept that it was normal for the house. No, don't just assume that it's normal. None of this is normal.
I mean, this sounds like there's a guy living in the crawl space that they don't know
That
about.
also could be a very valid situation. We've seen that on video to where like legitimate people.
Yeah.
There's that famous one to the woman who was stealing milk, which I mean,
Yeah, the
it sucks that
spider
that has
lady
to-
out of
yeah,
the crawl
spider
space.
lady.
There's a famous one in Denver, the Denver spider killer.
Because she killed spiders for him, like she was doing a noble service. All
She was up
required
there-
was milk,
She was just up there eating spiders with milk.
just drowning him in milk,
Yeah.
making a spider slushy or
Mhm.
milk slushy.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah,
that's not
spider-
that's not what a
spider brain
milkshake's
cereal.
called. Gross.
New from Monstroco.
So
Listen.
Sean's
Mm-hmm.
Sean's first experience was when I got home one evening after being at a show. And you should have mentioned this at a show.
I mean,
The
some of
cl-
the shit people don't want to talk about. You know?
It's very weird, you know, and it's hard to come across, like, mention some of this stuff and talk about what you're experiencing without sounding kind of
Without
insane
looking
because
like
of
a
how
kook,
it, without, because it's so unnatural what's happening.
Super.
It's why I've never spoken to any of my coworkers about anything at all.
You
They
wouldn't
think you're a
understand.
ghost.
You wouldn't understand my dark path.
Anytime they ask you something, you just hold your hand and scream until they leave,
Mhm.
or hold your head.
I mean, that's pretty close to true.
The closet in my room was on the opposite side of the door, and it was the first spot I would go to hang up my jacket. As I was hanging up my jacket, I could hear someone walking behind me loudly and aggressively.
Nah, dog.
I do want to know what the second spot he goes to.
Straight to the bong.
Tell us the second spot, Sean.
Goes into the VR dojo, obviously. The fuck do you think he goes?
I turned around, expecting it to be my roommate,
Crazy.
getting ready to mess with me. You know, give me the old spookin'.
Yeah, the old spook and shake.
And no one was there, though.
Nobody's there.
Yep. Normally, I would think that I was just hearing things, but there was no mistaking that I heard loud footsteps coming toward me. The final
Crazy.
story I recall was being home one evening, lying on my bed watching TV.
Mhm.
I could hear a ball bouncing in the kitchen. My bedroom was right next to my bedroom was right by the kitchen, so I could hear it distinctively bouncing around the tiled floor.
What?
Ooh. I hope there's a ball. I know it wasn't mentioned, but I hope you had a ball.
And none of us had balls. 'Cause we were allergic to them.
We were allergic to that specific type of polyurethane rubber.
No spheres over 4 inches in diameter, the doctor said.
There was nothing unusual about this. There is okay. So they did have a ball. Chris would often bounce the ball in the kitchen and hallway for Zero. So they had a ball. I forgot about the dog.
The dog. Also, the dog's named Zero. Zero was the name of Jack Skellington's dog from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Coincidence?
Fuck that
I think
shit.
so.
Zero was the best Mega Man who died defending and teaching Mega Man what he needed to know.
Fuck yeah, he had a sword and a ponytail.
About 5 minutes later.
Mostel Zero? Zero Mostel?
Mm-hmm. That
something,
too.
Something.
5 minutes later, Chris walked through the front door. They let me know they were next door at our neighbor's barbecuing, and he spells it out.
Whoa.
I now know how to spell barbecuing.
Wow. You know,
if I wanted to come and asking if I wanted to come over.
Whoa. Roger didn't know how to spell barbecue.
Nope. I
I
assumed that meant Zero was in the ball playing with herself. So I asked, do you want me to bring Zero over? And they were like, nah, Zero's already over here.
Whoa.
Right? I told Chris about what I heard in the kitchen and gave him the heebie-jeebies.
Mm-hmm.
But still accepted as it was just nature of the house. Once again, I don't know if you accept
Heebie-jeebies
this.
is a brand of CBD gummy, right?
You're thinking of CBDBs. That's insane. That's like, what would even, so what, based on what I just told you about ghosts and their classifications, what are we dealing with here?
Well, you have the proper book. All I have is Phasmophobia.
I'm gonna go.
Well, I just told you everyone.
I know, I don't remember it though.
You're gonna go demonic presence. I think this sounds like maybe an interactive personality.
That's what I was going with. Like it's not bad. It's not malicious.
Or maybe even a residual haunting, you know, maybe a little girl used to bounce a ball in there, or maybe there used to be people who would talk.
Sean said that the landlords had no real information about the history of the house. They sold the house. He asked the current residents if they're experiencing anything out of the ordinary.
No information. There was no bouncy ball orphanage party house here, and there never will be.
Well, was it like a tennis ball?
He doesn't go into the sound of it, sadly.
I mean, maybe it's like the ghost of Bjorn Borg.
It sounded like a bowl made of bone.
But there we have the haunted house of Cornell Street in Denver.
Pretty sweet. Thank you, Sean David.
Experiences from Sean David. Thank you for supplementing Boocember
Totally.
with some great original content never heard before.
Absolutely. Love to hear those firsthand accounts. Sean David, very funny dude. Used to do comedy with him back in the day. Thank you for reaching out, man. If you too have a ghost story, please
hit us up on
us.
Twitter, hit us up on Facebook,
absolutely.
hit us up on Instagram as well. We're everywhere. Also, check out our Patreon. You can hit us up there. Discord,
Hell
we're
yeah.
going to start opening that up, but we got to fix some permissions and stuff to make some certain things special.
Mm-hmm.
But hit us up on our website, most importantly. We have a contact page. Tell us your ghost stories. We'll keep it all anonymous unless you don't want and you want to name names like Sean did.
Sure. Sean wants to get the names of those ghosts out there, so they don't ghost anyone else.
And he's trying to blacklist all of the specters.
And my segment is called the first of many ghosts of Boocember.
Nice.
Was that better than normal?
Yeah,
Was that better than normal?
That was, I would say, human passing.
Yep.
Yes.
You nailed it.
Dude, I'm going to do so well when I run for human politics.
Yeah, dude, you're going to be the best overlord. Sorry.
Yeah.
Senator
Overlord,
Senator
Mr.
Overlord.
Norquist.
Senator Overlord, Mr. Human Norquist.
We call
Roger.
him the villain.
All right, guys, that does it for this episode of Werewolf Radar. As Roger said, check out the Patreon. Tell your friends about the podcast. That's all it is. Tell them. I had an embarrassing experience today where I was telling someone about my podcast, about this podcast at the weed store, and they were like, "Yeah, I know. I'm a comedian." And I was like, "Oh no!" So
somebody that you've known for many years.
No, not quite that, but a passing acquaintance. But it was an embarrassing moment. So if you're listening,
it PJ Johnson?
I'm sorry. No, I'm not shy. I'm not giving people's names.
Dude, name names.
Guys, it was Gary Shandling.
Names.
It was Gary Shandling. He's alive. He's working at
good.
a weed store in Denver.
And he's a fan of the show.
Are you sure it wasn't Scary
He's a fan of the show.
Shandling?
It was Scary Shandling, the ghost version of Gary Shandling. Scary Shamblings? I don't know. Anyway, big shout out to Chuck over at Snappy Little Numbers for our intro and outro song. He's the best. Big shout out to our patrons coming and kicking it in the Zoom room. Adam P, Kylie, Adric, Jess, Sil, all kicking it cold. They got to see me try to quietly eat a burrito. I think
You did well. You did well.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Check out our Patreon. Just takes $1. Join the Radar Nation. All of our money of the Patreon goes to a civil rights organization every month. So we need to decide December. If you have any suggestions, hit us up. We gave last month's to the food bank of the Rockies.
Absolutely.
And if you have a desire to wear a piece of jewelry made from the bones of an animal, check out Bone Hugs and Jewelry. Google it. It's on bigcartel.com. That is not our sponsor, but
That's
is
a cool
my roommate.
thing.
And she's
cool
rad.
thing.
I keep thinking it's going to be a joke Monstroco product, and then you go into it. I'm like, oh yeah,
cool
I forget.
Artist. Also watch us on Twitch Mondays, twitch.tv/Mondays werewolf_radar.
Some other streams, Cyberpunk, Murdered
all
Soul
of that
Suspect.
shit.
Me and Jordan are both playing it on respective, Twitch streams.
It's true. It's good. It's buggy, but it's good. We'll talk about it another time. And until that time, keep playing your video games, keep wearing a mask, and as always, punch the sky, Spaceman Joe!